I caught my cheating wife right-handed but did not react. Instead tapped her and saved the recordings for the right time. Now. It's her 30th birthday and hello friends. My name is Jack and my cheating wife name is Effie. She cheated on me after 5 years of marriage. Infidelity ruined my life. I cannot forget her infidelity if I even want to. I was a very kind and a loving person, but she changed me into a rude person. I get too much depression when she cheated on me today. I'll share this worst incident with you guys. If you like my story, like it and also subscribe to my channel. I belong to a very good and respectful family and my wife is the daughter of my father's friend. She used to come to our house once a month and we both used to play a lot. The time spent with her in my childhood was very beautiful. We both are very good friends since childhood. And when this friendship turned into love, I don't know, I liked her as a friend. But when we grew up, I started to love her. I fell in love with her many years ago. But I was too afraid to tell her that I was indeed a shy type of person, but it was important to tell her about my feelings. I was afraid that if I proposed to her, she would reject me and thus I would lose her friendship. I also had another fear that if she started to like someone else, I would lose her forever. One day, my father came home very angry. He was shouting and screaming as if he had a serious quarrel with someone. I was in my room, I heard his voice and went to him saying this. I asked him about what happened, on which my father told me that he had a quarrel with A's father. He told me that Avi's father had made a big business deal with someone without asking him and he had lost a lot in it. And this meeting was the cause of conflict between them. Now they're going to separate their businesses. The next day, Evri came to my house and she told me that her family is shifting to another city. My father and her father had such a great at that time. And I had a lot of love in my heart for her and she's going far apart from me. And if I tell her that I love you, she will never accept my proposal and our family was against each other at that time. It was inappropriate for me to say that it was like I lost her forever. I did not tell her about my feelings for her. Instead of this, said her good luck and bye. Then after 5 years, my father and Evri's father became friends again. Their business was separate, but they became friends again. Like before, they shifted again to their old house which was near ours. But this time, Evri did not come back with them. It was 5 years during which my father and my father had a great quarrel. I had no contact with Evri. I asked Evri's father, where is she and why she did not come with you? He gave an answer that was not even in my imagination. He told me that Evri started dating someone and then they both got married. When I heard this news, my heart broke. I started to regret my decision about why I did not tell her about my feelings for her. I told her about my feelings at that time. I'm sure she'll have accepted that. Now everything has changed. I had lost Evri forever. That day was the worst day of my life. I returned home and cried hard all night in my room because of my acquis. I was thinking, I wish I had told Evri about my love earlier and we both would have been living a beautiful life. Then a few days later, I came with her husband to visit her at her father's house. After that she came to our house and met me very well as a friend. Her husband had some work, so he left her at our house when we both sat and talked for hours. She was very happy and was talking about her happy married life and also told me how she met her husband and how they fell in love. Every single word tore my heart into pieces. But it was only a short time before Avery and her husband started fighting. Ever suspected that her husband was cheating on her and having an affair with another girl. She could not bear her husband's infidelity. And after a few days, she divorced her husband. After divorcing her husband, Ever became very sad and went into a severe depression because she loved her husband so much that she could not bear him cheating on her. Even if she wanted to, she could not forget her husband being a good friend. These days, I supported Evri in her grief and tried my best to make her forget this group. During this period, we came closer to each other. We were very good friends before. But now, more than friendship, a relationship had developed between us. Now I wanted to propose to her. But before doing this, I wanted to know what she thought about me, whether she just liked me as a friend or if she loved me too. So I asked a very close friend of her. I contacted her to ask from Every about her feelings for me. She asked her about what she thought of me. She said if ever I asked her for a relationship, so she will accept my proposal because he also likes me. I proposed to her and she happily accepted it. We got married after 2 years of relationship. Time was going very well. She cared for me a lot. I loved her. Too many years of marriage passed. But still we had no children. After marriage, I used to give her a lot of gifts on her birthday and any other occasion. Whenever she wanted something from me, I tried my best to fulfill her every wish. Everything was going very nice. But one day her ex-husband came to our house. He came to apologize to her. He regretted what he did. He cheated on Every, and for a rich girl, he was cheating on Every, left him because she was only with him for money. When Every's ex-husband business began to fail, she left him. I can see the love in her eyes for her ex-husband. Tears came to her eyes when she saw her ex-husband. I was afraid that my wife might rekindle her love for her ex-husband and leave me. I was thinking that in the next moment she slapped her ex-husband hard on his face. I could see how much she hated her ex-husband. And after that, she pushed him out of our house the whole night. My wife was very worried and could not sleep properly because of her anxiety. As soon as I woke up in the morning, I realized that my wife was much better than before. I did not remember the events of yesterday at all. So I left her and went to my office as usual. That evening, when I returned home from my office, I wanted to give my wife a very nice surprise so that my love in her heart would not diminish at all. I had bought a bouquet of her favorite flowers and a beautiful dress which she had requested for me. A few days before, when I went near her room to give her a surprise, I felt she was talking to someone on the phone. As soon as I entered the room, opening the door of the room, my wife lost consciousness and the signs of worry were clearly visible on her face. It felt like she was hiding something from me. My wife felt that if I had listened to all the conversations that she had done with another person, I started to doubt my wife who she was talking to, so that she was scared to see me. Then I gave my wife all the gifts I had bought for her. And after that, we had a good time, spent time with each other, but I could not get out of my mind who she was talking to on the phone. And my wife also tried to ask me once in the middle of the conversation if I listened. I did not listen to what she was saying on the phone. Well, I was very suspicious about my vibe. So I decided to check her phone tonight, and I waited until she slept. So I would check her phone to see what she was doing behind my back. After my wife went to sleep, I checked her phone and my curiosity turned into a belief that she was talking to her ex-husband. But apart from that, I did not find any evidence of her infidelity. They ever phone recordings of both of them. Her ex-husband was apologizing to her and telling her how much he loved her. Other than that, I had no proof that my wife is cheating on me. And with that, my wife was not cheating on me at that time. But it was clear from her conversation that my wife still likes her ex-husband and still has love for him in her heart. On the one hand, my heart was saying that I should love my wife so much that she stays with me. On the other hand, my heart says that if I should test my wife, that if she has true love for me in her heart, she will never go back to her ex-husband nor see me as a cheat. But I could not even the spectacle, but my wife will do with me. I decided that I will give some time to my wife. If she has true love for me in her heart, then she will always be with me and will never cheat on me for that. I started to spy on my wife whether she's cheating on me with her ex-husband or not. For the whole 15 nights, I was in this conflict, and every day I used to come from my office and check my wife's phone after she went to bed to see if I would find any proof that would make me sure that my wife was cheating on me. But I could not find anything for a time. I started to believe in my wife's love, like she really loves me and will never leave me and never cheat on me. And I started regretting my wrong thinking and started cursing myself that I started doubting my wife without any evidence. When I realized my mistake, this baseless suspicion enhanced my love for life. But this happiness of mine could not last for long. After 1 month of this happiness that my wife loves me, one day, I forgot my phone in my office. When I returned home, I remembered that my phone was missed at the office. My wife cooked a meal for me in the kitchen and I went to the room. I had to call a friend of mine, which was very important to call. I thought I would call my friend with my wife's phone that was in the room before I called my friend. My wife's ex-husband called my wife. When I attended the call, that person thought that my wife picked up the phone. He started talking to me. After listening to his words, it became sure that my wife was cheating on me and she had an affair with her ex-husband. I believed it because this man said very sexual words to my wife in such a loving tone. Hearing all this, the ground gave out from under my feet. It was clear from the conversation that both of them had affairs and there's an illicit relationship between them. After that, I checked my wife's phone again and saved all the recordings from her phone in which she was talking to her ex-husband. After listening to her recordings, I realized that my wife will not take divorce from me. At that time. After some time, she will create such situations that I myself will get fed up and divorce her. After that, she will start fighting with me over small things. I will get fed up and divorce her and she will not be bad in the eyes of her father. And then they will be clear and after that, they will get married again. I made up my mind to destroy her ridiculous plan and decided to reveal truth to everyone. After a few days, she started working on her own planning. She began to fight with me on the little thing and made a huge drama on every small thing. I was already aware of her intentions. Even I would be silent for her harsh words and not give her any opportunity to fight with me. My wife had no idea that I was saving all her recordings in my phone and I knew her secret and also knew what she was going to do next. I wanted to take revenge on my wife. It was her 30th birthday a week later and it was a great opportunity to show off her infidelity to everyone. I started making preparations for her birthday. I arranged a huge party and invited all her friends and her father. I also invited her ex-husband for her birthday. When the day came, all the preparations were completed after eating a meal and blowing down the candle for her cake. I got the chance to give her a gift. I played her recordings that I saved on my phone in front of everyone. And then the real face of her appeared in front of everyone and then everyone came to know that she was an unbelievable girl who was cheating her husband. At the same moment, I divorced her in front of everyone at the moment. It was just a matter of sadness that I got this reward for my love, that my wife went back to the person who deceived her in her depressed time. I was the one who stayed with her. 2 whole years have passed since this incident and I'm still single because I cannot trust